Hi, I am Diana Mendel, and a few years ago, I would have told you my dating problem was that I kept meeting the wrong people. I genuinely believed that. I was doing everything right. I had standards, I had a list, I knew exactly what I wanted in a partner, and I could describe them in detail. I just kept ending up in the same situation over and over with a different person's face attached to it. Different name, different city, sometimes a different accent, but the same dynamic, the same emotional distance, the same slow unraveling of something that felt so promising at the start. And for a long time, I thought the solution was external: better photos, better conversation, a better dating app, maybe a better city. I kept tweaking the outside variables because I was completely convinced the problem lived out there somewhere. It took a long time to see what was actually happening. The people I was attracting were a pretty accurate reflection of how I saw myself at the time, not because the universe was punishing me, not because I had bad luck or bad taste, but because my self-worth was quietly setting the bar, and I kept accepting what landed just above it, just barely above it, enough to feel like I was doing okay, not enough to actually feel seen or safe or genuinely chosen. That is a hard thing to sit with, because when you realize the pattern is not out there but in here, there is nowhere left to point the finger. And that feels uncomfortable at first. But then if you let it, it starts to feel like the first real door that has opened in a long time. Here's what I want you to understand. The patterns you repeat in dating are not character flaws. They are not proof that something is broken or wrong or damaged in you. They are information. They are pointing directly at the beliefs you are carrying about what you deserve, what love is supposed to feel like, and what is safe to want. If you grew up learning that love came with conditions, you will seek out relationships where you have to earn it. If you learned that people leave, you will unconsciously choose people who confirm that belief. If you were taught, directly or indirectly, that your needs were too much, you will find partners who make you feel exactly that way and somehow still stay, because it is familiar. And familiar can feel a lot like belonging, even when it is hurting you. None of this is your fault, but all of it is your responsibility to look at. And that distinction matters enormously. When I started doing the actual inside work, not the vision boards, not the affirmations I did not believe yet, not the 5-step morning routine I found online, but real self-awareness work, actual honest reflection about what I was afraid of and why I kept choosing the way I was choosing, the whole equation started to shift. The emotionally unavailable ones stopped feeling magnetic. That pull, that almost addictive intensity I used to mistake for chemistry, it lost its grip. I could finally feel the difference between someone who was genuinely interested and someone who was keeping me just interested enough to stay confused. I could feel the difference between the anxious chase that I used to call passion and the quieter, steadier feeling of someone who was actually present. That distinction changed everything. And here's what I think gets missed in most conversations about dating and self-improvement. Everyone is focused on the performance of it, the photos, the openers, the banter, the body language tips, the how to text back strategies, and some of that is fine. None of it is the thing. The thing is who you are when no one is watching. It is how you talk to yourself after a date goes badly. It is whether you can be alone without feeling like you are disappearing. It is whether you know on a quiet Tuesday morning that you are worth someone's full attention and full honesty, not because you performed well enough, but just because you exist. Your glow up is not in your profile or your outfit or your opening line. It is in the quiet inner work that changes who you are when you walk into the room. It is the kind of change that people feel before they can name it. It is the version of you that does not shrink to be liked, that does not chase to feel chosen, that does not confuse anxiety for excitement. That work is not glamorous. It is sometimes boring. It sometimes means sitting with things you have been very carefully not looking at. It means getting honest about the stories you have been telling yourself about why things keep going the way they go. But on the other side of that honesty is something most people spend years looking for and never find because they keep looking in the wrong direction. You're not going to find it by optimizing your external approach.